When it comes to every occupation, there is someone at the top making all the decisions. They're going around and saying, on big issue problems, this is what we're going to do. This is why we're going to do it. Let's move forward. So when it comes down to it, you look at the hospital getting surgery. It's not the RN who's doing it. It's not the anesthesiologist. It is the head surgeon in the room making the decisions. As simple as that. As a teacher, I make the final call in the classroom. Simple as that. Whoever the heck is in charge of Dollar General, planning all these Dollar Generals all over the United States, there's someone at the top making the decision, moving forward. And for the New England Patriots, we just got great news as fans to who's making the decisions. Let's jump into it. You guys know my name is Aaron. On the daily, pushing out the content for people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football, even at the end of February. So do me a favor. As always, hit the subscribe button. Mean the world to me. Hit the like button and comment below. So today what we're going to be talking about, a big move, in my opinion, power move the Patriots made that shows who's really in charge as well. Moving forward, an interesting trade proposal that I think is absolutely stupid, regardless of the relationship that this player and coach has. So let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, Taki linebacker that was picked up last year, has been released. He was under contract for this season as well. We know that he only played about 17% of the defensive snaps. So when it comes down to it, not a massive asset for this team. He was more of a second, third string piece for this team. Now, here is the important thing and the great news for Patriots and Patriots fans. It's as simple as this. Elliott Wolf had a prior relationship with Taki, brought him in. They had that rapport, much like Mike Vrabel has done with much of this staff and soon to be, I would assume, some players as well moving forward. But he brought Taki in, and it was a move by Elliott Wolf. Now, Elliott Wolf, I'm sure, could vouch for Taki, could say all these things. But I think at the end of the day, what this shows is Mike Vrabel says, listen, I'm making the calls. I'm making the decisions. I don't care if you know him or not. He's gone. He's not. Best of luck to you. Hope you land on your feet. But when it comes down to it, I'm making the calls. I'm the captain of the ship. Have you ever seen, oh my gosh, what's that movie where the Somalian pirate goes, I'm the captain now? That's the Mike Vrabel right there. I'm the captain now. So looking at this is great news for Patriots fans because it lets you know, again, I think a lot of people saw a lot of debacles in signings last year. I think one of the biggest ones being Okorafor. What a disaster with that, as well as never landing a wide receiver, which may be moving forward a blessing in disguise that they didn't sell the boat for someone like Brandon Ayuk or Calvin Ridley. As well, you look at the draft, and again, we're all crossing our fingers, hoping moving forward that some of these other draft picks really step it up and start to develop. Obviously, we still want Drake May to progress, but obviously he was a home run with the third overall pick. But everyone else, it's just kind of in the air right now, like we're in limbo, and so we can't really assess until we jump into the next year. But it is imperative to know Mike Vrabel, when he got interviewed, there was a point he had to have said, I'm making the calls. And that's the difference between being hired when you're new and when you have that experience. And the reason I say that because I think when coaches get hired in and they have more of a short rope, they don't have that coaching experience. They don't necessarily see like, hey, I need to truly be making all the calls. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be accepting viewpoints and advice and all these different things. Regardless, at the end of the day, you are the one making this decision. The head coach is. And I think that it goes to show that Mike Vrabel saw what happened in Tennessee and said, listen, again, this second time, my second stint as head coach, I'm going to do it fully, 100% my way. Best vision for the team. And I don't think that's a selfish thing. I don't think it is at all. I think he has experience. He knows what he wants to do. He knows what he's seen. He's seen the good, the bad, the ugly. And so, again, that doesn't mean if someone has great advice for him, like Terrell Williams has, hey, I'm thinking about this defensively, this sort of whatever it might be, stunt, scheme, whatever, then that doesn't mean he's not going to listen and then adhere to that and say, yeah, let's try that out. But I think he sees certain things and says, nope, snip it off. Let's go. Let's move on. This is dead weight for us. Not worth it. So again, great news for the Patriots. What do you think? Do you think, again, I know the Patriots retained Elliott Wolf. A lot of times, granted, he's not the GM, but looking at Elliott Wolf, a lot of times when you are that, let's just say, he's the de facto GM, whatever you want to call it. When you bring in the quarterback who's the starting quarterback, a lot of times you last as, not necessarily, but a lot of times that's your claim to fame. And that's going to be his claim to fame is Drake May. Even though a lot of people are like, yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer pick. And granted, he could turn around. And last year, I think maybe there's times we could have said, hey, we were a little too hard on him because the team was just rough in general. But again, we will see moving forward. And I think moving forward, we know now Mike Vrabel, he's going to make some big-time calls, and his call goes. And Taki gone, regardless if he knows Elliott Wolf or not, regardless if Elliott Wolf brought him in. Nope, not an asset for our team. He's gone. So what do you think? Comment below. Just kind of a different take on that too. I know there's a couple other things I read about it, but again, it's dead weight. Bring something in, especially that someone's going to thrive in this system, whether he's first, second, third string, practice squad, whatever. Mike Vrabel, get the players you want. Last but not least for today, jumping into apparently the New England Patriots are getting good news about Davante Adams, and that's the fact that he has rapport, he has a relationship with Josh McDaniels. Listen, I'm going to say it now, I'm going to say it again. It would be stupid for the Patriots to try to trade unless it was a godsend. It was a deal they could not pass up. Listen, everything technically in any aspect is for sale. There's some things I hold near and dear to my heart. I'm not talking, kids, no, they don't have a price, obviously. There's certain things. Yeah, you're probably like, what the heck, this guy, what is he trying to sell everything? No, but let's say, for instance, my golf clubs. I love my golf clubs. If you come up to me and you're like, I'll give you $10,000 for those, I know darn well those things aren't worth $10,000. Heck yeah, that thing's sold. All right. If there's a deal too good to be true, then heck yeah, I'm going to jump on it. If you ever go on Facebook Marketplace, man, the deals you can get, I don't get paid by Facebook Marketplace, but maybe I have an issue with Facebook Marketplace. I'm a little addicted at times, but that's beside the point. It would be stupid to give away draft capital, assets, whatever, for Davante Adams, and especially picking up the contract that he is in. Not a smart move. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there was a point that you could easily argue he was the best wide receiver in the league. I think that time has passed. My favorite play, if you've ever seen it with the Jets, was like a reverse throwback from Davante Adams, a backwards pass to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers throws it back to Davante Adams, and Davante Adams absolutely gets annihilated. And that was like the Jets season summed up last year. I just had to say that just because I thought it was funny. But I don't get me wrong. I think he could bring he would be great. I think he would bring a lot to the team, but I do not think it's worth it. I do not think it's worth it, especially as this even says in a rebuild timeline, not worth it. Get someone who's going to have leadership, who can be on this team for multiple years moving forward. Again, I would say Davante Adams is dead weight. He'll end up somewhere else. I don't doubt it, unless he stays with the Jets. Who the heck knows? Who the heck knows he's even going to be thrown to him? Maybe he'll demand a trade. But I do not think Davante Adams is a smart move for the Patriots moving forward. Comment below. Tell me what you think about that. Maybe you want him. Maybe you want him. Like I said, if the deal's too good to be true, then yeah, sure, why not? But it's not going to be. You know, a divisional rival is going to want the kitchen sink, and it would be stupid to give it to him. So I'd be surprised if they make that move. Anyways, comment below. Tell me what you think on your way out. Mean the world to me. As I said earlier in the episode, hit the subscribe button, like button, comment. Love to hear it. We'll talk later. My name's Aaron. Peace.